I'm on my way to the fucking crematorium. My arse is now more than 3/4 down the slide of life, and all that remains is a big pile of dog shit for me to land in. I'm on the bus to Gaga Town with a one-way ticket. I ain't coming back. That's what makes me sad.
Where do you want to be in 10 years from now?
Alive. I know I sound dreadful, people, but I'm not really.
I'm not as good as it looks. Like, I'm not doing as well as it might seem on the outside. My greatest struggle, maybe to understanding myself. I feel like that's my greatest struggle. Sometimes I sit myself down, like I'll spend time on myself, and I'm like, I'll reflect on stuff I do or stuff I say, and it's like, is that really me? I kind of figure out who Antonio is.
What else makes me sad? EastEnders. It's not a soap opera. It's a fucking training video for social workers. It depresses the arse off me. But what makes me even sadder is that the beloved Coronation Street used to be so funny, pin sharp funny, because it was all about the way people speak to each other and the humour. It's not even laboured humour, it's there. You know, constantly. You will say something to your brother and they'll come back with something that just makes you stop being angry and guffaw.
Most of my family members, they died already. They passed away from the war and all of that. And yeah.
And where is you and your family from?
Well, originally from Sudan, but we moved to London in 2018.
And can you speak about what's going on in Sudan right now to raise awareness?
Yeah, so right now what's going on is there is a war between the RSF and what's it called, the military. The RSF, they're trying to get control of the country, but the army are not letting them to, because it's two different parties and they used to be as one before. But I don't know much in there, but I don't pay much attention to the news. I'm only worried about my family right now, and yeah, that's it.
That I struggle with mental health. I feel like obviously there's certain people that are close in my circle, they know about that, but there's people that only show me as like, oh, this good footballer, or like this good guy around us, that, because I'll be the guy to kind of give advice and just look after people. But then because of that, I wouldn't really like speak on my struggles. Like, I know my boy, yeah, like he would go through, like he went through something again, and then I didn't tell him at the time that, cool, I'm going through something as well, but like I'm just about managing, right? But I can't tell him that, because obviously then they will think, then I'm just being a burden to him, to me. So then I'm just keeping stuff to myself. Like, it's only like close people that kind of know what's going on inside my life.
My Costa coffee thing full of Chardonnay, why not? I'd rather saw my own head off than not drink alcohol. You only live once, no matter what anybody else says to you. And look, I'm snacking on bits of cucumber, which are fucking marvellous and lovely crisps. Yeah, this is like a little picnic. And my greatest struggle, tolerance, to be honest with you. I've always been intolerant of stupidity. I mean, seriously, always. A yob on an e-scooter tried to nick my Chanel bag and knocked out my veneers, and now I've got this horrible gob until I have surgery, which is soon. So all of you out there, don't be sitting there thinking, fuck, look at her teeth. Because you're not looking at somebody with bad British teeth, you're looking at somebody who was knocked down at 30 miles an hour and pulled on her face by some fuckwit on an e-bike. What makes me sad is people like that fuckwit who think that they can do whatever they like. They have license to behave in whatever way they like. People who have no manners, that really makes me sad and angers me. People who ride bikes on pavements. And worst of all, you can forgive, almost forgive younger people for doing that because it perhaps hasn't been passed on to them that it's actually illegal. But people of my age who do it, they never look at you because they look at the ground because they know they shouldn't be there. What else makes me sad? The price of Mr. Kipling Bakewell tarts, because I love a tart, and I do mean the Bakewell variety. I'm not that way inclined.
Hi, my name is Amina. What makes me sad is when my tea gets too cold for my sandwich. Because it's a sense of dissatisfaction, which is so sensory. So yeah, being a little bit flippant, a little bit goofy, that makes me sad. What else makes me sad on a serious note? People treating the homeless rudely. That makes me sad because they're still people, and it's not all the time that we may have time to give to them, even if it's just a hello, a nod or something. But I noticed that when I have chosen to do that, I get the sense that they feel like they've been seen as a human being and not as a homeless person or something like that. So yeah, that makes me quite sad when people are ignorant and rude to homeless people.
What would you say is your greatest struggle?
My greatest struggle, getting to places on time. I suffer with what is scientifically called time blindness. And it can be really, really frustrating. I don't know if you're aware of anything, conflict management. So they have the escalation to violence, and it starts at frustration, and then we go to aggression, then we go to anger, and then, if it's carrying on, we'll get to violence. And we just had a class the other day, and the tutor was talking about the cycle of getting to somewhere late, and the way that he described each step, each increment of. It's like, oh, actually, this is difficult, and it can make people violent.
How do you feel like this impacted? How do you feel like this has impacted you and others around you?
What, in terms of my timekeeping? I think people sometimes can jump to the conclusion that I don't respect them and that I don't respect their time. It's been a struggle for me, and one that I continue on, but not in a manner where I'm going to shame myself, because when I show up, I show up. Do you know what I mean?
And if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Old me would say read people's minds, but I feel like you could kind of tell what they're thinking about by their body language, and it's not. I feel like it's not good to be too self-aware or like to be too aware around to see what people think or say. I think my ideal superpower would be being able to just like travel anywhere in quick time, teleport. Like I don't like traveling and just waiting time, like airport, flying, taking a car. Like what makes me smile. Seeing people around me happy, doing things that I know I should be doing. It gives me excitement. Like it makes me feel good about myself, knowing that I've prioritized myself. Like I've done things that are good for myself, like looking after me, waking up on time, doing my training, having good nutrition, and then yeah. How do people like go around not interact with each other? Like when maybe because me and my friend group are different. If I see somebody wearing a nice shirt, I'll be complimenting them. I feel like people nowadays don't really do that, and I feel like sometimes it only takes one kind word to someone to just make their day better. Like I've seen it, and I feel like if people were more aware of what's around them, society would be better. Do you know? Favorite meal? I don't know. Might have to go with pizza on this one still. Yeah.
What else? Any other questions, darling?
Yeah, what makes you smile?
Oh, conversations like this. I'm a show-off, a bit of a performer, but by the nature of what I do, it's essential. If you can't entertain and inform, you're doing neither. So listen out there, kids. Don't think that, you have to be serious in order to be taken seriously. You do not. I can tell you that. People make me smile, the things they say. Coming back to the Coronation Street thing, in our house, when I was a kid, I've got 3 siblings. They're all younger than me. But we typical, I was born in Yorkshire, by the way, and Yorkshire people, all right, as they got, all of that. And our school friends used to argue amongst themselves as to who was coming back home with us because they knew it was free entertainment. Because once it started, it never stopped, and it was all choice. And it's the same now when I go to my siblings' homes, and I see their friends there. It's just life repeating itself. There's just this fucking thing. It's like being in an Alan Bennett play. Just laughed after laughed after laugh. None of it rehearsed, it's all spontaneous. That makes me smile.
And if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Let me think for 30 seconds. I would ask for a copy of The Star for coming Wednesday, because it has the winning numbers of the Euro Millions. That's what I'd ask for.
Guys, we just graduated!
And then, what makes you smile?
I can't lie, my back still. My back, I can't lie. Nothing else, so it's just my back. Living out here, coming out with my boys, and trying to be happy every single day, innit?
What do you feel when you buy things?
I feel free. When I keep it real, I feel free. All the surrounding areas, I don't hear shit. Because I feel free. I know what I'm trying to do. I know what I'm doing in the streets. It might be a little bit dangerous, this and that, but I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. What would you say your greatest struggle is?
My greatest struggles. When I first came to this country, because it was a big change for me, innit? So whenever I came here, I was a little kid, I was 10 years old. Like, I didn't know most people around there. I had to make new friends and all of that and learn the language as well. So it's like a new environment to me as well.
What is something you wish that people understood about you?
Me, whenever I'm like, you might find me annoying, but also good. That's like my love language, isn't it? Some people like saying, yo, you're annoying me too much and all of that. But you must know, like, I don't show a lot of affection except like with me being annoying, innit? Some people are saying like this small guy is being too much annoying for this and that. But sometimes I might also be over annoying, because that's like shows how much like I love you, innit? You get as like a brother or like a sister or a girlfriend or like whatever, innit? You get.
My skate journey so far is something that makes me smile a lot. And then what makes me smile and sad at the same time is when I hit what people in the industry may call a sweet spot. I might be spinning or I might be doing something and I'm just like, everything is where it's supposed to be. My head, my body, my muscles, everything. And I'm like, oh no, what's all that? So yeah, skating makes me smile a lot.
And if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. My superpower. Do I want to know what people are thinking? Teleport. Yeah, teleport my ass where I want to go. I'd never be late then, would I?
Where would you teleport to? Where would you the first day?
Oh, anywhere and everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. Bora Bora, like I said. Do you know what I mean? Back home to my home country, St. Kitts and Nevis. And anywhere I wanted to go. Anywhere I wanted to go.
And what is something that you haven't said out loud?
Like I am full of resentment.
Just help me more.
No.